Alright, what's up guys? So today I'm going to do a review of the Tacticon red dot sight. So a few videos back I had this mounted on my Ruger charger and did a video with that. But today I'm just going to, see the reliability of it. I went ahead and mounted it on the high point 995, and reason being just because I'm gonna knock the gun around a little bit to see if the sight is gonna stay at 0, and I don't want to use one of my better rifles to do that with. So, and also this is a 9mm, so it'll give the sight a chance to take a little bit of recoil. I know it's still not a lot, but it would it's going to be equivalent, pretty close to what an AR is going to kick and so forth. So versus a 22 like I have it mounted on, that virtually isn't going to have any kick at all. So basically what we're going to do is see if this can hold 0 through a little bit of abuse. And my goal is, I didn't sight it in perfectly with the guns, but as long as our groupings are still tight, that's all that matters. You could, fine tuning it to where it's shooting right where I'm aiming is just a matter of adjusting the sight. So I'll get the camera set up. I'm going to be shooting from, you probably can't see it, but I'm going to be set up at 50 yards. Okay, so I'll have the camera set up down at the target so you guys can see the groupings. And every time it's going to be shot at 50 yards. And just so you guys know, I'm going to, be tipping the gun over, knocking it around a little bit. And every time that happens, just to let you guys know, the gun is going to be unloaded, okay? Just for safety reasons, the gun's unloaded right now, open chamber. There's not even a magazine in the gun. So anyway, let's get shooting. So that's 50 yards. It's not the greatest, but it's not too bad. I'm gonna be doing a lot of walking back and forth because I only have one camera, so. But anyways, just so you guys know, I would never set this sight up on a gun like this, because the sight, it actually does come with that little riser also, which is nice because it does co-witness with iron sights on like an AR or anything that's got regular like flip up sights like that. So just to let you guys know that this is the piece I'm talking about. All right, so we're up here taking a little break, loading the magazine, getting ready to shoot again, and oh no, oops. All right, so accidentally kicked the gun over. Let's go see with just a slight bump if anything changes. After accidentally kicking the gun over, that ate up right here really well. So let's take it a little step further and see what happens. We'll look at the sight a little bit more closely after we're done shooting, but I'm not going to go over all the specs and everything. The sight is just on Amazon, okay, like I said, so I'll let them give you the description, all that kind of stuff, just for time's sake. So let's load up another mag. Hopefully the sight will hit the bench or something that's a little bit harder of a surface to give it a little bit more of an impact. Oh, oops. Let's go see if it's still on target. So as you can see, that was a pretty good hit it took there on the picnic table. Looks like we did get, you know, one or two that are just missing that edge, but still the majority of them, I mean, it's still hitting the target, so we're still talking a 3-inch group. So nothing that's still really all that big a deal. All right, well, instead of pulling the sight off later and talking about it, I'll just mention a couple things as I'm walking back and forth here. It is a couple things that's, you know, kind of important to me when I'm looking at a sight is the size of the dot. So this is a 4 MOA, which means at 100 yards, the dot, the red dot in the sight is going to take up a 4-inch section of your target, which that's not, you know, there's 2 MOA, which obviously would take up 2 inches at 100 yards, but you know, for what I'm going to use the sight for, 4 MOA is great. It's a nice crisp dot. It's not like, it doesn't have, you know, little lines or, you know, of light coming off of them or fuzzy around the edges or whatever. It is a pretty nice crisp dot. So I like that about it. And the windage and elevation adjustments are very nice and crisp when you're turning them. The clicks are very defined. So you know, just those kind of small things you know, tell me a little bit about the quality of the scope, I guess. So anyway, again, all the other stuff, I'm pretty sure it's like fog and probably not waterproof, but it's water resistant, you know, all that kind of stuff that all these cheap sights come with. So anyways, if you want to look more into, you know, all the detailed description about it, just again, go look it up on Amazon and you can learn that stuff yourself. Let's keep shooting. No torture test would be complete without running it over to see how well it holds up. So you're out at the range, you carelessly forgot your weapon on the ground and everybody's leaving for the day, and we're gonna run it over with a golf cart. So that definitely ran right over the top of the sight. I guess this will be somewhat of a torture test for the gun too. Back tire kind of ran over the back of the stock. So anyway, let's go see what happened. I couldn't really see from back there where they were hitting, but had to have been still somewhere around here. So anyhow, guys, obviously, you know, if you are treating your equipment in that way, not on purpose, you probably should not even be handling them at all. So in most, that's kind of like the extreme situation, obviously, but you know, the first time we just knocked it over, fell on the ground. Second time was a pretty good hit right on solid wood bench. And the third time we ran it over with a golf cart and still seemed to be holding zero. So, you know, again, I'd say for 34 bucks, it's hard to beat that, guys. So if you're looking for a cheap red dot sight, don't want to spend a ton of money, I have mine hooked up to, or I'm gonna reset this up on my 22. So that's what, you know, I'm just his target practice gun. So, I think it's a great sight. I've shot hundreds of rounds of 22 through it. It stayed on target just fine through, I guess, the long haul with, you know, 22s, which you know, obviously don't have hardly any recoil or anything like that. But today, I think shows pretty well that, you know, it can take a beating and still perform pretty well. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope that maybe helped you out if you're in the market for a cheap red dot sight. So Till next time, you guys be safe, and we will see you in the next video.